Proceeds presents The 8 Parts of Speech for Kids, a guide for parents, with founder and president Mia Durr. Okay, welcome back everyone. On today's agenda, we will be discussing the 8 parts of speech and some examples in reading and writing. Let's proceed. Before we proceed, I would like to emphasize our mission here at Water for Seeds. Our mission is to improve both literacy and the overall quality of life of children in the United States. Water for Seeds believes that when we work together, we can plant new seeds of hope and inspiration. Okay, so these are the 8 parts of speech, starting with verbs, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Let's review the 8 parts of speech in regards to writing and literature. Let's begin with verbs. Verbs are our action words. Verbs describe an action, state, or occurrence. Words such as run, walk, skip, hop, sleep, play, drink, eat, dance, sing, push, pull, sleep, cook are some common action words that your child may come across in reading or some words they may utilize in writing. Next, we have nouns, which are commonly referred to a person, place, or thing when we think of nouns. Nouns help us to understand the subject of a story or text. So some of our common nouns are things such as girl, boy, dog, cat, city, gym, class, school, desk, chair, pillow, bed, beach, restaurant. Now, when we get into proper nouns, that is when we are specifically identifying the girl or the boy or the dog or cat by name or the location by name. And when we do that, just make sure that you are teaching your child to capitalize the proper nouns. Now, nouns in itself can have an entirely separate video, which I can already foresee because a lot of the 8 parts of speech get technical once the child advances in grade level. So I will create separate videos regarding verbs, nouns, and the other parts of speech. I just wanted to give a general overview for this video just so your child can understand in terms of reading and writing. Next, we have pronouns. Pronouns substitutes a person, place, or thing. Pronouns help us understand the subject or the subject's possession in general terms. Here are some common pronouns: I, my, me, it, we, she, her, he, him, his, hers, they, them. So when your children are starting to formulate their sentences, for instance, if they were to say Sally jumped over a broom, then she fell and hit her knee, they would not need to write Sally twice. Instead, they would replace the name Sally with the pronoun she in the second part of the sentence. So this is just something to keep in mind as they start to build out their sentences and they start to improve their writing literacy. Next are adjectives. Adjectives help us describe nouns. Adjectives help us describe things using our 5 senses. Words such as tall, short, sour, sweet, soft, hard, quiet, loud, surprised, excited are some common adjectives that your child may come across. Now, these are definitely important in terms of bringing our stories to life. So you definitely want to utilize those adjectives when you're trying to build your characters or help your children map out their character and what type of character they want to create for their stories. Next is adverbs. Adverbs describes verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Adverbs help us explain when, where, how, and how often something occurs, referring to storytelling and reading stories. So the when or the time, you would use an adverb to describe the time that something is taking place. So words such as tomorrow, today, weekly, and monthly are some adverbs that your child could use in writing or they may come across in reading. The where, so is the topic or subject happening upstairs, downstairs, outdoors, or indoors? These are all adverbs to describe where something is taking place. Next, we have how, which is the manner. Is the subject doing something gladly, sadly, eagerly, or roughly? So you would use these group of adverbs. You could use, these group of adverbs to describe the manner in which something is happening. And then how often. You would use an adverb such as always, often, sometimes, rarely to describe the frequency or how often something happens in a particular story or in regards to a particular subject. So these are some common adverbs. The list of adverbs goes on and on and on in the hundreds. It's just that I wanted to give an overall understanding of what adverbs mean and how they may come across them in terms of their reading and how they would use it in terms of writing. Next, we have prepositions. Prepositions are location/direction words. So prepositions help us understand the location, direction, and placement of objects and subjects. So things or words rather such as above, below, under, over, in, on, before, until, from, to, up, and down are some common prepositions that your child may come across. It's just really important to identify them and to utilize them in terms of their writing. Next, we have our conjunctions. So conjunctions help us to understand connections between thoughts and ideas. They join phrases or sentences together. So words such as for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so are some of the most common conjunction words that you will see in text. So it is just really important, once again, to identify them and to utilize them properly in terms of our writing. Lastly, we have interjections. Interjections can be summarized as common human utterances. Interjections convey emotions in the form of sounds or phrases. So here are some common interjections. Hey, ouch, oh, yay, hooray, cheers, huh? Just looking at the first interjection, the word hey can mean hey as in you're greeting someone, or hey as in hey, you just stepped on my shoe. It all depends on how you utilize the interjections in the story writing. So when you're helping your child to build out their stories, you should definitely encourage them to utilize interjections to make the stories more realistic and more relatable. That concludes our video on the 8 parts of speech for kids. Here are some key takeaways. The 8 parts of speech is a bridge between reading and writing, and therefore essential to building reading and writing literacy in many ways, such as learning to read with meaning and understanding, building effective communication, improving interpersonal and group communication, writing exciting and convincing stories. So we want to familiarize our children with the 8 parts of speech so that they can utilize it in their writing and so that they can learn to expand their vocabulary and read with fluency. So when they start to speak, they're speaking with more eloquently, rather. They're speaking clearly. So I hope that this video was helpful or beneficial in some way. Let me know if your child's writing has improved once you've introduced the 8 parts of speech to them, once they familiarize themselves with the 8 parts of speech. This will help them to improve their overall literacy for reading and writing, and that is very important for us here at Water for Seeds, and that is our primary goal, to improve literacy. So definitely get started today. I will upload the 8 parts of speech to the Patreon channel, so definitely be sure to check it out. Be sure to stay tuned and stay subscribed to the channel because I will be creating further videos to expand on some of the many topics that we discussed today. So until next time, I am Mia Durr, the founder and president of Water for Seeds, and I will see you at the next video. Bye.